What's up guys, Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Part 3 of Keep Your Foot on the Pedrogas, which is complete all of Halo Reach's campaign missions on Legendary in under 3 hours. So start off by sprinting forward, assassinate this guy, do the one quick backsmack, don't go into the animated assassination, then run over here. We're going to run along this ledge here and hug the right wall as you're moving forward. But this section up ahead here is totally random in regards to where the enemies spawn. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. If you're getting shot at already by this point, you want to just revert to the beginning of the mission and just start over. But at this point, I like to stop sprinting so I can get my sprint to recharge. And then I start sprinting again right when I land right here. And I just keep moving forward. And then we're going to hug the right. It's a sharp right turn here. Just wrap around that whole section. And you can see no enemies discovered that I was there. Sometimes that's the case, sometimes it's not. And there's some health on the wall there if you do get shot a little bit. But we're going to move past all of these enemies, and sometimes there's a cluster of grunts up here, and sometimes there's not. I threw a grenade there just to demonstrate what I do if there was a cluster of grunts. There wasn't that time, so I didn't need to do that, and I wasted a little bit of time and almost died from that. But there wasn't really a cluster of grunts there this time, so we could have just sprint through. But if there is, just throw that nade first, and then you could run. But we grabbed that health down there at the bottom of this building, and then we're going to come up these stairs, and there's going to be a grunt on a turret here. Take him out with the pistol or the sniper, doesn't matter which. Then we're going to sprint and jump down over here, and then we're going to throw a nade as we round this corner because there's going to be a jackal and a grunt that come around the corner. That nade in particular was not a good throw, but I did get the enemies to dive out of the way at least, which is one of the main things you're looking for. Even if you don't kill them with the nade, you want them to dive out of the way. You could easily move past them and kill them as you move past them, and you could actually use the pistol to keep the enemy stunned. So if you just fire at will at the grunts, it's too much for him to handle, so he just kind of keeps getting staggered. So if you don't kill him quick with a headshot, just keep laying into him with the pistol with body shots. But now onto this section. This rock is a very safe place to be, so I advise hopping up on top here and then picking off all of the grunts from far away with the sniper. You have plenty of sniper ammo, so you don't need to worry about running out. And then we could finish off the Gouda as well. You are very safe on top of that rock. The Gouda can't really attack you, although they could come up and roar at you and knock you backwards, but you won't take any damage. You just might get knocked off onto the other side of the rock. And the grunts are distracted by the Gouda, so they don't fire at you at all. You could run past that whole encounter, but it's safer to just take some time to pick those guys off first, and then it's a nice easy stroll through here. Because we're not going for a world record or anything, we're just going for the sub 3 hour run, and if we actually just shoot for the par times on all the missions, they all add up to 2 hours 35 minutes, so you'll have 25 minutes to spare if you hit the par times for everything. And the par time for this mission is 10 minutes, which we're definitely going to come in under. So we're going to go over here, jump up on top of this little rock here, and then you could get up on top of this geometry. Then you could run forward. If you can't make that jump, it's a little tricky. You could always just wrap around that geometry we jumped on top of. It's a little more risky because you actually go more towards the encounter, but you could actually just skip that whole firefight, which is a significant time save because there's a few militia over there that want your help with defending that whole area against a ton of waves of Covenant, so you'd be there for a while if you were actually playing through the game normally. And that spooky Moa up ahead just disappeared. Don't worry about it. He never hurts you or anything. He's a friendly ghost. We're just going to keep moving forward here. In the next section, we have to deal with some enemies. Is going to be the multiplayer map Powerhouse. So if you've played any Halo Reach multiplayer, I'm sure you'll recognize this upcoming section, although we basically just skip most of it, and it's during the nighttime, and the multiplayer, it happens during the day. But we're going to find that there's an elite up on the bridge here, and he has some sleeping grunt buddies, so we're going to move up here and then wait for him to move. And once he moves, we can make our move. So he moved. Now we could wrap up around behind him and assassinate him. Again, don't go into the animation. And you want to assassinate these grunts in the same way with a one-hit kill, but you want to punch them from the front so you don't accidentally set off their methane tanks, which you will do possibly if you hit them from the back or the side. And then we're going to hop into this forklift, and we are going to drive it to this door, and we want to park it so that our left side is up against the door. And you want to align yourself so that when you get out of this forklift, you actually get out right in between the two doors here. You can see the doors split apart from the middle. So I'm going to move up a little bit, see if that works, hop out. You could turn your camera to see where you're hopping out, and you could actually see that I was not right in between the doors the first 2 times, but this time it looks like we're lined up and we are through. But don't start celebrating just yet. We want to make sure that we sprint to the end of the mission, because if you stand by that door for too long, even though you got through it and you're on the other side of it, some enemies will spawn in if you just hang out by it. So don't do that. Get away from that door as soon as possible, because that phantom will pop up and start shooting at you if you take too long, and some enemies may spawn in. So don't do that. We've despawned a bunch of elites and shade turrets and all that good stuff, so we don't want to, ruin our good run here by dilly-dallying around that door. No door dilly-dallying. As my coach used to say, act like you've scored before. Act like you've done a speedrun before. Here we go. End of the mission. Coming up. We actually did it in less than half of the par time. Half the par time would be 5 minutes. We came in at 4 minutes, 43 seconds. So that's the easiest, quickest mission in Halo Reach. Join me next time when we tackle Part 4, Tip of the Spear. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You can also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.